"Can I sit here?" The tiny voice came from beside the table where Daniel, a tired single dad, was trying to convince his 6-year-old son Noah to finish his noodles. The voice was soft but carried a strange strength, the kind that comes from someone who has lived through more pain than their age should allow. Daniel looked up, and froze. Standing there was a little girl, maybe 8, with big brown eyes and a shy smile. Her left leg was missing, replaced with a worn but carefully polished prosthetic. Behind her, the small food shop was chaotic, people arguing about orders, pans clashing loudly, cooks yelling for more vegetables, the smell of spice drifting everywhere. It wasn't a place one would expect such a delicate question. Yet she repeated, even softer, "Can I sit here?" For a moment Daniel didn't know what to say. He noticed she held a tray with only a small bowl of rice and one fried dumpling, nothing else. Her clothes were clean but old, her sleeves a bit too short, and she kept glancing at other tables where customers stared at her prosthetic leg or pretended not to see her at all. Noah looked at her, then at his dad, expecting him to say no because that's what most people usually said when strangers approached. But Daniel surprised even himself. "Of course you can," he said warmly, pulling out the chair. The girl's eyes widened, shimmering suddenly, and then came the tears. She tried to wipe them quickly, embarrassed. "Thank you, most people don't like when I sit near them," she whispered. The food shop was loud, full of tension, almost like a daily battleground for survival. The owner shouted at employees, customers complained loudly, 2 men in the corner argued over who got their food first, plates slammed, spoons dropped, the fryer hissed like an angry beast. In the middle of all that noise, the little girl sat down as if finding a small island of peace. Noah stared at her prosthetic leg with innocent curiosity. She noticed and smiled. "It's okay, you can ask," she said gently. Noah blushed. "Does it hurt?" She shook her head. "Not anymore. But it used to, a lot." Daniel watched her closely. Something in her voice felt heavy, as if every word carried a story. Her name was Lily. She lived nearby with her grandmother, who struggled to make enough money. Lily had lost her leg in an accident when she was 5. Hospital bills drained everything they had. Her parents weren't in the picture anymore. She didn't explain much, but the silence between her words filled in everything Daniel needed to know. She came to this shop because they sold one small bowl of rice for almost nothing. She saved up coins all week to buy it. Daniel felt a sting in his chest. His own life wasn't easy. After his wife passed away 2 years ago, he worked double shifts just to keep Noah fed and smiling. But looking at Lily, he felt a different kind of ache, one that pushed him to do something he didn't fully understand yet. Then, suddenly, a man at the next table shouted, "Hey, kids don't get to take seats during rush hour. Make her move." He pointed at Lily aggressively. The shop owner approached with frustration on his face, probably ready to agree. The tension rose. Workers paused. Customers stared. Lily shrank in fear, gripping the edge of her tray. She whispered, "I can go, I don't want trouble." But Daniel stood up so abruptly his chair screeched. "She's sitting here," he said firmly. His voice cut through the chaos. The shouting man scoffed. "She's slowing everything down. Look at her, she can barely walk. This isn't a charity house." Lily's eyes filled again, trembling. Daniel felt Noah clutch his shirt, nervous. He exhaled slowly and turned toward the man. "Maybe you don't know this, but strength doesn't always look like speed. Sometimes, it looks like standing on one leg and still smiling." The shop went silent. The owner hesitated, then backed away. The rude customer rolled his eyes but eventually shut up. Lily wiped her tears again, confused. "Why did you do that?" she whispered. Daniel smiled gently. "Because sometimes adults forget how to be human. And because you deserve to sit wherever you want." Lily lowered her face, tears falling straight onto her little bowl of rice. Moments later, from the kitchen, a young waitress, who had seen the whole thing, walked over secretly and placed a full plate of dumplings and noodles on Lily's table. "For you," she said softly. Lily looked shocked. "But I didn't order this." The waitress winked. "I know. It's on the house." Lily covered her mouth, overwhelmed. Her grandmother hadn't been able to afford anything like this for months. As they ate together, Daniel noticed how Lily and Noah bonded instantly. Noah made silly faces, and for the first time in a long while, Lily laughed, really laughed, with her whole heart. The noise of the shop faded. The shouting turned distant. It felt like they were sitting inside a warm bubble of kindness. After they finished eating, Lily tried to stand, but her prosthetic leg wobbled slightly. Without hesitation, Daniel reached out to steady her. She looked up at him with a surprising question. Can I sit with you again? Maybe another day. I don't have many friends, and you're nice. Before Daniel could respond, she added quickly, it's okay if you can't. I know people get busy. I'm used to being alone. But Daniel shook his head. You don't have to be used to that anymore. You're welcome with us anytime. She blinked, speechless, then hugged him suddenly, tight, small, trembling. Tears fell on his shirt. No one ever says that to me, she whispered. That night, as Lily walked away, balancing carefully on her prosthetic leg, Daniel felt something shift inside him. Noah tugged his hand. Dad, can she be part of our family? Daniel paused. He looked at Lily in the distance, limping slightly but smiling. Maybe, he said softly. Maybe she already is. The next week, Daniel returned to the shop at the same time. Lily was there, waiting at the same table, holding 2 extra coins. When she saw them, she waved wildly, almost slipping. They all shared a meal again. And again. Soon it became a ritual, a strange, beautiful family built inside a noisy food shop where people fought for seats and shouted about orders, but kindness still found a place to sit down. Lily healed in ways she hadn't expected. Daniel healed in ways he didn't know he needed. Noah found a sister he never had. And the food shop transformed too. After watching how Daniel stood up for Lily, the staff began treating her like a regular, important customer. People defended her. Someone even gifted her a colorful sticker for her prosthetic. She walked with more confidence every week. Months passed. One evening, as the shop roared with the usual noise, Lily looked at Daniel and said, You know, that day you let me sit with you, you changed my life. Daniel laughed softly. You changed ours too. Then she whispered, and someday, I want to change someone else's. Just like you did for me. The story ends there, quiet but powerful. A reminder that sometimes the smallest question, can I sit here, can change everything. If you're watching this, remember, your kindness might be the moment someone has been waiting for their whole life. If this story touched your heart, like the video, share it, and subscribe for more stories that remind us that humanity still exists, even in the loudest, toughest corners of life.